My dear child, I am so glad you have paused to be with me in this exact moment. I have been waiting for you. I ask that you simply sit back, take a slow, deep breath, and allow my presence to wrap around you like a warm, familiar blanket. I know how exhausted you are. I see the quiet weariness that resides not just in your physical bones, but deep within the sanctuary of your soul. You have lived a long, full life, and you have carried burdens that no one else has ever fully seen or understood. I want to speak directly to your heart today, not as a distant figure in the clouds, but as your most intimate friend, your savior, and the one who knows the exact number of hairs on your head. I see the silver strands that crown you now, and to me, they are not a sign of fading, but a glorious testament to your resilience, your survival, and your enduring strength. Please leave a like and comment below where you are watching from. I know that reaching this season of your life, this third age, has brought a unique set of longings and profound doubts. When the house is quiet and the shadows grow long in the evening, I know the thoughts that come to visit you. I see you looking into the mirror, sometimes surprised by the reflection, wondering where the decades went with such breathtaking speed. You feel the ache in your joints, the physical limitations that frustrate the youthful, vibrant spirit that still dances brilliantly inside of you. I validate that pain, my beloved. It is real, it is heavy, and it is entirely okay to grieve the youth that has slipped through your fingers. But I want to tell you this. The passage of time has not diminished your value. It has refined it into pure, unyielding gold. You are more precious to me now than you have ever been. Many times I have watched you sit in the silence, replaying the tapestry of your life. You look back at the chapters you have written, and I see the guilt that sometimes grips your chest. You wonder if you did enough for your children, your family, or your friends. You agonizingly dissect the mistakes you made, the words you wish you could take back, and the paths you wish you had chosen differently. You judge yourself with a harshness that I have never, ever directed toward you. Right now, in this very breath, I want to shatter that guilt. It does not belong to you anymore. You did the best you could with the light you had at the time. The stumbles, the imperfections, the times you felt you fell short, they were all part of your human journey, and I have washed them clean. You must stop carrying the heavy stones of yesterday's regrets. They are bruising your beautiful spirit. I feel the loneliness that sometimes creeps into your days. The world around you moves at a frantic, blinding pace, and sometimes you feel as though you have been left sitting on the sidelines, forgotten or misunderstood by a generation that does not value the quiet wisdom of your years. You miss the friends who have passed on, the voices that used to fill your rooms, the feeling of being needed in the ways you once were. Please hear my voice breaking through that isolation. I have never forgotten you. I have never looked away from you for a single second. I was there when you took your first breath. I was there during the triumphs of your youth, and I am right beside you now, holding your hand as we walk through this golden season together. Your tears are sacred to me. Every tear you have shed in secret, I have collected. Every sigh of frustration, every moment you felt invisible, I have felt it with you. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to admit that aging is hard, that it hurts, and that it can be deeply frightening. I am not asking you to pretend to be perfectly strong all the time. I am asking you to let me be strong for you. I am welcoming you into my arms today to tell you that your pain is seen, your history is honored, and your soul is profoundly, endlessly cherished. You are not a burden. You are my masterpiece, and the work I am doing in you is not yet finished. Let us look closely together at the heavy backpack you have been carrying for so many years. Life happens with such a stunning, relentless velocity. When you were young, you had dreams of freedom and light, but very quickly, the demands of the world began to stack upon your shoulders. You became a provider, a caretaker, a protector, a spouse, a parent, a worker. You poured your energy into building a life, ensuring there was food on the table, trying to shield your loved ones from the harsh winds of reality. And in doing so, without even realizing it, you began to build walls around your own heart. These walls were necessary at first. You built them to survive the heartbreaks, the betrayals, the financial panics, and the grief of losing people you loved. You learned to swallow your own tears so that you could be the strong one for everyone else. Decade after decade, you added bricks to this fortress. But my dear one, what began as a shelter eventually became a prison. The world and its endless, screaming worries quietly robbed you of your peace. You became so accustomed to bracing for the next storm, the next tragedy, the next difficulty, that your mind forgot how to rest. You forgot how to simply be. Look at the world today, spinning in its chaos. It is a world that worships productivity, youth, and noise. It tells you that your worth is tied to what you can do, what you can produce, and how fast you can move. And because your pace has naturally, beautifully slowed down as I designed it to, you feel the crushing anxiety of not measuring up to a world that has lost its mind. You have internalized this anxiety. You worry about your health. You worry about your children who are now adults fighting their own battles. You worry about the state of the earth, and you worry about the unknown tomorrow. This constant vigilance is exactly where you lost yourself. You traded your inner tranquility for a false sense of control over things you were never meant to manage alone. I want to offer you a profound, reality-anchored solution for this very moment. The solution is not to try harder, or to figure everything out, or to suddenly fix all the broken pieces of your family or your past. The solution is the gentle, beautiful art of surrender. The anatomy of your weight consists of things that are completely out of your hands. You cannot control the choices your grown children make. You cannot reverse the aging of your physical cells. You cannot undo the past. But you can control this very second. You can control where you place your focus right now. I want you to intentionally step out from behind those thick, heavy walls you built. I know it feels vulnerable to lower your defenses after a lifetime of protecting yourself. But I am the ultimate safe harbor. When the worries of the world try to invade your quiet afternoons, I want you to recognize them for what they are. Thieves trying to steal the precious time you have left. You do not have to let them in. You can simply observe the thought and then hand it directly to me. If your joints ache today, acknowledge the reality of the physical pain, but do not let it dictate the posture of your soul. Your body may be weathering, but your spirit is meant to be soaring, unburdened, and free. You lost yourself in the noise of doing, but I am calling you back to the profound peace of simply being mine, being loved, being exactly where you are, breathing the air I have graciously provided for you today. Now, my chosen one, we reach the turning point. This is where the heavy veil is lifted and you see the brilliant, piercing light of my grace. I want you to look closely at the sacrifice of Good Friday. So often, it is viewed simply as a historical event, a story of suffering from the ancient past. But I want you to use the sacrifice of Good Friday as your active, present, and impenetrable divine shield today. When I walked that agonizing road to Calvary, when I allowed my body to be broken and the weight of the world to crush me, I did not just carry the sins of humanity. I carried your specific anxieties. I carried your regrets about the past. I carried the aches in your aging bones. I carried the loneliness that visits you at twilight. Because I carried the cross, you do not have to. I took it so that you could walk free. When the accuser tries to remind you of your failures, or when society tries to make you feel obsolete, I want you to raise Good Friday as your shield. The blood I shed was the final, triumphant price paid for your absolute peace. My grace does not operate on the timeline of the world. Human time, Chronos, is a ticking clock, always running out, always causing panic. But my time, Kairos, is eternal, deep, and perfectly appointed. You may look at your age and think, it is too late for me. I am too old to change, too tired to find joy. But my grace whispers, it is never too late for me. The time you have remaining on this earth, whether it is days, months, or many years, is abundantly sufficient for a total redemption of your peace. The sunset of a life is often the most breathtakingly beautiful part of the day, painted with colors of wisdom, patience, and profound trust that the midday sun could never produce. You are not fading into the dark. You are walking steadily into my eternal morning. I have chosen you. Before the foundations of the earth were laid, I knew your name, and I loved you. You are guarded by my angels. You are shielded by my sacrifice, and your soul is held securely in the palm of my hand. No sickness, no loss of memory, no physical frailty can ever snatch you from my grip. I want you to remember the promise I made to you. As it is written in my word, in the Gospel of Mark, remember when I stood in the boat amidst the raging, terrifying storm, and I simply said, "Peace, be still." Mark 4:39. The wind ceased, and there was a great calm. I am speaking those exact words over the turbulent waters of your mind right now. Peace, be still. I also say to you today, just as I said to the woman who suffered for years and merely touched my garment in faith, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." Mark 5:34. Apply this to your own heart, my child. Go in peace. Be freed from the mental and emotional suffering you have dragged along for decades. You are a pillar of strength, an essential thread in the grand tapestry of my creation. The legacy you leave is not measured in wealth or flawless records, but in the love you have given and the faith you have kept. Rest now. Lay down your weapons, lay down your worries, and let me carry you the rest of the way. I love you more than human language could ever possibly convey. If you feel my embrace right now, if you are ready to let go of the heavy stones you have carried for too long, I invite you to make a simple act of surrender. Leave your burden in the comments below. Type, "I receive your peace, Lord." And please, subscribe to this channel so that we can continue walking this beautiful, sacred path together every single day. You are never alone.